This is the Sacred Rose Temple, and I am your host, Colette Corcoran. I will continue to speak on the Maga, and today, with regards to the relationship of anger and rage in the archetype of the Maga and how she holds that within her body. As we come into the stage of the Maga, we are really deeply dropping into a phase where the accumulation of our life and life's events is beginning to show its toll on our emotional, our mental, physical well being. And we begin to kind of summarize our past, not as a way to come into a persecution of the self, but as an evolution of the self, as a way to understand which way forward we want to live this latter part of our lives. It's often noted that as women go through this stage and enter into the menopause, that anger becomes really quick. The anger becomes quite predominant. The anger seems to raise its head in our lives. And that is absolutely supported by our physical body because A, estrogen happens through the liver, and B, the liver is the somatic space where we process emotion. And so we have all this going on with estrogen. We have the liver, which is mainly connected to the emotion of anger, frustration, resentment, starting to show us what we have been repressing inside. And the liver, in its inability to process, because don't forget that the liver is this organ that has a full on job in our lives to constantly clean the body and take on all of the toxins and poor ways that we've lived our life. It takes it and tries to move that through the body. It's also dealing with that and the psychosomatic aspect of the emotional self too. So often a lot of rage, a lot of anger is accumulated within the liver. And for many of us, that begins to splurge out. Rage, temper, the hotness comes quickly, and there seems to be a shorter fuse. We see that men in opposition to this begin to, either become really angry people or they repress the same. And so when we repress the emotions, we start to get issues like fatty liver, we get liver problems, we may turn to drinking alcohol or, other addictions that affect the liver. So I wanted to explain this briefly. It will be explained in much more detail during my transmission and the work that will be coming with the Maga, but just to drop that into your own field at the moment and to take a little moment to just take a connection and a deep breath into your own liver. Maybe this is the first time you're even connecting to the liver as an organ. But just take a moment to connect to that liver and feel the life that the liver has lived. And what could be accumulating in there with regard to the emotional self, in particular, anger, rage, resentment, frustration, and the things you have tried to make peace with, maybe in a repression or hiding it from yourself kind of way. But knowing that the body keeps the score and that all these traumas, all these emotions, all these feelings are in the body and are trying to make their way up through the body to be released. So, Maga, feeling the quickening of anger and temper, and there's another part to this just in the psychosomatic and the storing of emotions. Just go there first with the liver, just go to the liver, go to the anger, and just begin to gently discuss what's hidden there, what's ready to be shown, that needs to come out rather than exploding onto someone, but in a way that you could allow space for. And until the next time, may your liver find the movement, the flow, the energy to release all it needs. Bye for now, Colette.